Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So in this video, we're going to take on Extreme 2 of the IDA, aka the Electric Mystery. And this one is a little bit difficult compared to the first one. The reason for that, you'll see it later on in the video, but main thing is you do have to complete this in under 10 turns. Now, there are 3 waves, and so you really want to make sure you clear off the first couple of waves as quickly as possible, because you'll actually need more turns on the final wave, and I'll show you why. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So since it told me that they're weak to win, I'm bringing a pretty decent Pierce team. We got Claude for support. We got AS Sheila for end of turn heal as well as dual debuff. We have ES Sukiya, was probably one of the strongest Pierce zone setters right now. Also does AoE wind attacks, increase crit damage for your party, so on and so forth. And finally, our star of the show, True Manifested Suzette. Now, the only downside to this is if you don't want to rely on RNG, for each of the 2 waves before the final one, you actually do have to cast Demonic Thrust first. The reason for that is you guarantee that pain and poison, and remember that without that you just don't deal enough damage with Suzette. Suzette relies on both pain and poison status on the enemy in order to do the damage it requires. So I guess if you want to use something like an AS Chio or maybe have ES Sukiya start up front, I guess you can do that. However, it doesn't carry over into alternate waves, so you have to decide how you want to do it in order to do enough damage. And really, like as I said, it's more of a speed type thing where you can run out of turns as opposed to really being in any danger in the first 2 waves. Now, that being said, if you don't have a dual debuff on the first wave, the AoEs from the water magical attacks will kill you, so you still have to have at least a 25-25 dual debuff, which I use from Forefather. Other than that, you can see I already wasted 3 turns here, whereas I wasted 2 turns in the first wave. It's getting really tight. I did actually succeed in beating this particular wave. As you can clearly see, I probably wouldn't upload a video that wasn't successful in getting all the criteria in one go. However, definitely if your team's not as strong, just beat it down as best as you can, complete it and move on, and you can always come back to re-challenge for completion if necessary. Alright, so the final wave here, it's not that they do a ton of damage, although if you stall long enough, that butterfly will actually kill you. It does actually with 10k AoE attack. The main problem is that it actually has 2 HP stoppers, and at the second HP stopper, it puts up a barrier that reduces damage by 90%. It also hits you with an AoE that reduces power and int by a significant amount. And so if you get hit by that, and you're going to get hit by that because it's almost like a counter to your HP stopper, you see that right there? That is the one that actually applies dual debuff. Look at the 2 middle characters, which is Claude and Sheila AS. They both got int and power down significantly, such that they will be doing next to no damage. However, we're not relying on those 2 for damage. We're actually relying on ES Sukiya and True Manifested Suzette. And if you're wondering how I decided to overcome it after some trial and experimentation, the very, very dependable proficiency debuff resistant Grasta. So I just enhanced it. So I built it and enhanced it with some dormant ore for 100% resistance to proficiency debuff. And so that means that no debuff will affect us, such that you can see that on ES Sukiya as well as True Manifested Suzette. You don't see any dual int and power down, such that even with that 90% shielded barrier, we're still able to barely punch through that final wave in just about 10 turns. I believe this is a 10th turn, so I actually wasn't sure if I was going to be successful until I saw that nice glow right there with the 10 turns. I'm not going to redo it, and I'm very, very happy to squeeze on to the next challenge. Now, I can tell you that my middle son with Eva, he was able to blow through these stages. I believe he just Eva just overpowers the shielding, because it obviously with the guaranteed crit and the continual break with Icicle Sword was enough to punch through. However, I didn't personally test it myself. I would also argue that instead of having an AS Sheila on your team, casting things like the True Prayers, you could probably have some high-end single target DPS, like maybe another Pierce unit or something, to get you over the top. I did rely on both True Bow Prayer and True Lance Prayer, one cast by Claude and AS Sheila respectively. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.